Hey there, guys. For my Lit Crit vlog for creative writing, I will be doing the album Dirt by Alice in Chains from 1992. I was introduced to this band back in 2013 by a friend in high school, and needless to say, I was blown away. What I like the most about this album, besides the bass heavy production, is how gritty the subject matter being conveyed is. Subject of drugs and death are ripe throughout, but presented in a very unique way, characteristic of other bands of the alternative rock scene at the time. The album is both cathartic and haunting, as its breakout success was the beginning of the end of the first incarnation of Alice in Chains. Following its subsequent tour, bassist Mike Starr would quit the band, and Lane Staley's heroin addiction would render them incapable of properly touring for the remainder of the decade. The key focus of this vlog will be the two key elements or themes present: the personal anguish the narrator experiences and the subsequent drug addiction to cope with these issues. With a clever use of duality, these two themes are shown through the different sides of the narrator's personality. One half is cocky and nihilistic, the other broken and full of regret. This lens changes from track to track, sometimes intertwining to chronicle the narrator's downward spiral. And just a short disclaimer before I begin, these are merely my observations, not necessarily what the songs are about or what the artist intended for them to be about. Because time is of the essence, I'll be using 5 songs to show this: Them Bones, Rain When I Die, Junkhead, Down in a Hole, and Wood. From track 1, the listener is transported into the narrator's nightmare. Driven mad by the loneliness created by his own hand and the chilling realization of his own mortality. I feel so alone, gonna end up a big old pile of them bones. A feeling not restricted only to addicts, but a powerful sentiment nonetheless. Tracks 2, 3, and 4 follow in similar fashion, with the element of water being used. In Damn That River, it is symbolic of lead singer Lane Staley's addiction and his drug of choice, heroin. The dam represent his and others' attempts to stop him from using. Here we see he is trying to fight the disease. I pushed you and you stumbled. I kicked you in the face. However, the disease is undeterred. You stare at me so hollow. Got to keep the killing pace. The implication being that the drug has taken many lives before, and he will be no exception. This is used again in Rain When I Die, as the mood shifts to a more introspective one. We see here that the author is realizing that the drugs aren't working the same way anymore and have started to turn on him. This leaves him fearful that the dam will burst, destroying any chance of a normal life. And no matter what he does, that river will always be there. And the rain, which generally symbolizes washing away or bringing new life, will come too late to save him. The lens shifts again with the song Junkhead, which could be interpreted as the narrator at the beginning of his descent. Though the band were adamant it wasn't a pro-drug song, the character seems blasé and cocky in the face of his addiction, appearing to relish the label junkie, wearing it almost like a twisted crown, claiming we are an elite race of our own, even snickering at the audience, saying that if they just opened their minds, they would probably do the same. The placement of this track in the middle, though out of place, is the perfect precursor for the songs that follow on side B. At this point, the descent becomes more intense, with the standout track of the album, in my opinion, Down in a Hole. Originally written by guitarist Jerry Cantrell about his then girlfriend, the mood and lyrics perfectly lend itself to the feelings of hopelessness the narrator experiences at the lowest point of his life. Looking back to the past in regret of a life that has brought nothing but misery, the narrator appears to already have one foot in the grave, essentially, singing at their own funeral. There is great imagery used in this track, particularly a parallel to the tale of Icarus, with a line, "I've eaten the sun, so my tongue has been burnt of its taste." In chasing these great highs through doing drugs, he has crashed to earth, and in a fit of regret, he longs for the good times to return, with lines like, "I want to fly," but is resigned to the fact that although drugs brought him to a great height, it has come with a cost to his health, sanity, and as he sees it, an early grave. The final track of the album, Wood, sees the narrator reaching out to the audience once again, this time offering a warning not to tread in his footsteps and acknowledging the monotony of his existence. We see duality again, however, as it switches from asking for forgiveness to the addict mind also having its say. Appearing to interrogate themselves, the two sides of the narrator's personality are pondering whether they are wrong in their actions. Have they got a problem at all? Have they gone too far for redemption? And chillingly, can their loved ones go on once they die? As the album ends, similarities can be drawn with the concept album American Idiot by Green Day. There is no positive resolution to the story. It is a harrowing tale of a junkie's descent into hell, at times believing to be in control of his problem, before realizing the hooks of addiction have firmly taken a hold. The narrator states in the final line, "If I would, could you?"